So here's the truck you'll be seeing in the video. I didn't want to do a clickbait, but I screwed up on my end. Started this project like 6-7 months ago. It was when I first started YouTube. What had happened, and as I started it, and I didn't think it cost a lot of money, I kind of used the revenue from these videos to do projects like these. Well, I realized what this was going to cost, and I kind of pushed it to the side. And I've been sitting here just waiting on it. And I started to edit the video and realized that I guess I lost the ending of the video. So I went ahead and put what video I had together. That way I don't just show up one day with a LS swap Comanche. So this is what I do have, and then I'll pick up on it another day. Maybe when I can afford it. All right, I've been so ready to get on this project. It's a Comanche, and I've got a 5.3 LS with like a stage 3 cam. I don't really know. I'll get more onto that, but winter's rolled around. I finally got some time to get in the shop and do winter projects, and about to get dark, so let's go get the Comanche. Ellie, should we LS swap a Comanche? Yes or no?
Oh.
Yep, she said yeah. All right, let's go check it out. So there's the motor. Like I said, I'll tell the story when I get in the shop. It's starting to get dark on me, but it's going to be two-wheel drive for now. It's already got head studs. Forgot about that cam. So getting dark. Let me go show you Comanche first. Got the rollback warming up. I was kind of on the fence of doing an XJ, but made a post. More people said Comanche, and the reason why this one is a 2.8 V6 or something. And I mean, let's just be honest, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but they're worthless. But got this one here, picked it up. No idea why it won't run, but I don't really care. Works perfect for me. Like I said, I had this one. It's a 2.5. There's more back there, but I just went with this one. It's long bed, and hopefully years from now when the channel grows, we can do legit stuff. But for now, down to the basics. So gonna get this one in there, take everything out of it. I mean, I'm gonna strip everything and we'll start fresh, but I'll explain when we get in the shop. That was gonna be my donor Cherokee right there, how it's all patinaed and everything. Kind of a sleeper rig. I meant to say I got my Skytrack somewhere else, so this is kind of the old school way of moving stuff. It takes a long time, but it's safe, you know, so you don't ruin nothing. Bobcat will do it, but yeah, it'll make a mess of this vehicle. All right, I got it in the shop. I was careless about this motor, but I was just curious, so I put a battery on it, and it spun over, wouldn't hit. If you always use context clues, there's a fuel filter laying there. So I spun it over and grabbed some starting fluid and listened to it. It was spinning over and it hit like twice, but now so I don't know what that's about, but like I said, I could care less at all. So now, just for poops and giggles, let's lift it up and see if it's rusty or if it's all good, or who knows. Got no lift. All right, I'm gonna grab a flashlight. I know it does funky stuff with GoPro, but I want to make sure y'all can see. All right, so oily, and I was looking on the ground, oil spot. There's another drip, and yeah, there's a hole in the oil pan. So I'm gonna say that motor's no good. Wow, they put a brand new starter on it, try to figure out why it wouldn't turn over. Let's check out for rust. It's two-wheel drive. I think y'all knew that. Got the old school brakes. Wow, that's a cool transmission mount. The kind of knew about that rust. That's pretty much everyone on the floor pans, but frame wise, looks solid. Oh, big drive shaft. That rear end's not going to last. Pretty solid platform, I guess you'd say. So, start getting everything took apart. Nasty. So I did just ask a buddy if this has ever been done on a no lift application, and he said a few times in 2-wheel drives, and I've never done an LS swap at all. So let me write this down and I'll explain it. It's kind of a random way to say it, but this is what I was trying to get at. I've downloaded Photoshop and I've been trying to learn it, and you'll click on a YouTube video, and the people that's like trying to teach you are so good at it, they'll be like, click here, do this, drag this, and you can't keep up with what they're saying, but they obviously know what they're doing. So on this project right here, I'm not saying, I'm sure there's tons of videos out there, but this is mine. But tear down, that's pretty common sense. If you can't tear it down, you probably don't need to be doing this. But I'm going to, as we go together with it, it's going to be a slow process, but I've never done it, so I don't know. So everything that I'm learning, I'll be teaching you. So it'll be very helpful if you ever think about you want to do this. So like any motor mounts, transmission mounts, fuel system, all that, I'll try to explain it the best I can for what I'm doing. And as far as like exhaust, clearances, just everything. So as soon as I know something, I'll share it with you. But as far as now, I'm just going to take it apart. Me personally, I'm taking every single wire out from under the hood. I'd rather start fresh than be chasing down wires. And I mean, as far as mock-up, should be the same as a Cherokee, but we'll get to that when we're to that point. But yeah, for now, I'm gonna take it apart, clean it up. Okay, just a little update, guy. Let's see. Motor mount bolts on the bottom, 15mm on both sides. Should be nuts, studs, whatever you want to call them. Transmission lines tucked away up there. Gotta see if there's any coolant. Ironically, there was a coolant in the exhaust. It's drained in the floor, so not a good sign. Back here, I don't know if you've ever seen how to do this. Ratchet strap with a block of wood. Kind of hard to set up. You may want to practice before you just start doing it, but got that disconnected. Got the shifter cable. I left the detent because it's going to stay with the motor. Not worried about torque converter bolts at the moment. So yeah, there's no cross member. And this is going to pour everywhere in your floor. So usually what I do is hey, that's the same as a Jeep. Well, hold on just a second. Where I build drive shafts and use drive shaft material, I'll save these and just plug them off in there, and that's how I keep from leaking. Hopefully, well, that's wrong, but it's gonna do the job. So yeah, cut the fuel lines at the front, we ain't worried about them. So at this point, I'm going to drop it down, pull the front clip off. No sense in explaining all that stuff, it's just common sense stuff. So we'll knock all that out and go from there. Alright, I don't do a lot of these. I think I've got everything, and I tried. I didn't cut a single wire. I may have cut like a heater hose, something stupid, but if somebody needs this harness or just something, they don't make them anymore. So try to take care of everything. So get my cherry picker. Hope this works. Alright, here we go. Get some pre-tension on the chain. Actually feels like it's gonna pick up more of the back than the front, which is okay. Pop the ratchet strap loose. Feels like it's sitting pretty level compared to a 4.0. I'm gonna put her in low gears. Slow control. Huh, feels loose. We're on the way. I think I forgot the throttle pedal. Yeah, throttle pedal. Not bad. That's the only thing I forgot. Let me get that disconnected. I could have just cut it, but these parts are how I make a living, so try not to ruin no more than you have to. Come on, that's a big starter. Looking good. Maybe it'll come out of there. Come on. Tail shaft seal's not just working out too good. Don't leave my toolbox. Now it's making a mess. Oh, what is this? It's a long vacuum line. We're just gonna let her leak. It'll stay right there. Sweet. Step one. Alright, I'm gonna give you a little more game plan here. The steering box, I'm gonna go ahead and remove it, steering shaft, just for easeability or whatever the word I'm looking for. And then the brakes went straight to the floor, so I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the master cylinder. I think I'm gonna leave the booster, just head, valve clearance, I don't know. Like I said, this is all brand new to me. I have not a freaking clue. So if you're watching, wanting to do one of your own, probably be a good video instead of wanting somebody that just does it, don't explain nothing. So these brackets here, they bolt on. I just realized they go through the track bar mount, so gonna get rid of them. I'm sure Novak is gonna bolt on right there. I ain't even ordered them yet. This just kind of happened. I'm gonna go ahead and undo the wiring harness, just get rid of everything, make it easy. And then the hard fuel lines for like the fuel pump stuff, we won't be using them. Probably do AN stuff, and like I said, we'll learn that as we go. So yeah, just gonna get all this one final step cleaned up, get rid of that. Whoever the guy is that needs a torque converter, hope I can find him. Then I gotta go order parts. Oh yeah, one more thing. Okay, so if you ever noticed oil pans, they have sump, whatever you want to call it, the axle will get absolutely within like an inch, maybe even closer to half an inch, just depends on application. Hey, that's broke. Yeah, y'all can see that's not good. So that's a no good. That's scrap metal. But like I said, this we'll need to see where it's at. So I'll have to take the shocks and the springs off. Yeah, it's got bump stops. We'll probably get some fake ones and cut them off and raise this all the way up. That way we know where the motor's gonna sit, just to correlate to the oil pan right there. So I'm sure the Novak mounts have all that covered, but just gotta be sure. Alright, I know nobody probably cares, but if you follow up with me, I'm like sick as crap. Turns out I have COVID and strep throat, which the doctor said is impossible. I don't know, I feel like crap. So if I say something that's like way out there, just overlook it and move on. So I realized that probably gonna have to push this thing out and order parts. So what I'm gonna do, get all these fuel lines, vacuum lines that I'm not using, get all that out of there, get just the braces, everything out, get it pressure washed, and probably have to hook the steering back up, just get out of here, and then get all this crap, and Probably have to just take a break for a minute till the parts come in. Oh yeah. So this is an 86, and could be wrong because I don't mess with many older ones, but I think this is 84, 5, and 6 thing. If you realize or know that Jeep was never supposed to come with a 4-liter, that's what they were supposed to come with, that and the 2.5 and then diesel. So if you ever pay attention, all this crap up here changed, and that's what sucks. Is I was trying to help y'all out, but there ain't really much I can do at this point. So I was looking on Novak, and I think they make a radiator for the 87 and newer Cherokee setup. So obviously I can't use that because like right here would be the bungs, and then like all this crap is different. So I may have to do custom stuff on my own, but I think for your sake, as long as you use 87 and newer, you're good to go. I feel like what I'm gonna end up doing, the steering box comes to like right there. I think I'm gonna end up cutting this frame out and putting a full scale radiator instead of just the one that goes across there. Big V8 should typically try to run hotter, I would feel like. Could be wrong. Like I said, not gonna worry about the bump stops. I'm just gonna get everything prepped up as good as I can. Yeah. Alright, so got everything cleaned up, pressure washed, made a custom cover here to cover up my steering, just got it stuck up there. I don't even have no brakes, I just want steering to get it out of here. So at this point, this thing gets pushed out, order parts. Oh, the one thing, I think I've already discussed this, I can't for sure remember, but like normally the new stuff comes from like this, like right there I believe, and then comes across there, and the radiator comes straight across here. And then it's got like a hole. Well, that radiator is like $700, so I'm not 100%, but I think if I cut this out and cut right here, I could put like a 24-inch by like a 20, which should be better cooling for it. But I don't know for sure what I'm doing at the moment. Get it running, we'll worry about that. I don't know. So, one cool fact, and don't quote me to this, it's just something I read, but they said a 5.3 loaded, I guess you'd say, weighs 525 pounds, and a 4.0 loaded weighs like 515. So virtually the same weight for a whole lot more power. I'll carry the camera in there. We'll look at the motor mounts. They actually do hook up underneath there, so that's cool. Like I said, we'll have to worry about that when we get all that in there. I'm saying they bolt right here, wherever, so all that's plug and play. GM, if you know, uses a literally just a one stud for a transmission mount. So on the cross member, I gotta clean all that crap off there, but I'm thinking you could probably either drill a hole or get a plate that bolts to that and go off, dip it down, whatever you gotta do. I didn't see that Novak made ones, but I'm about to go on the computer and look, but worst case, that's pretty dang easy to build. So, yeah, hold on. Alright, so I've never videoed a screen off a GoPro. I'm not sure how well y'all can read, but Novak, I did NovacAdapters.com. It's Novak-adapt.com. Sure, anything will get you there. So right over here, engine mounts, Gen 3 Vortec LS. See, we're going to drop down to XJ Comanche, and then boom, there's exactly what you need. What are they, 240? So it's actually a pretty detailed website. It's the first time I've ever been here, but tells you like literally everything you need to know. There's that radiator I was talking about. It's like $650, so I'm not saying I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to save that for next. I don't really like the triple fans, but I'm sure they're a better quality than eBay. There's those headers I was talking about. They're about $600. That's ceramic, not ceramic. Extra motor mounts. But if you scroll on down, it'll show you a few things. But if you'll click right here, it's got 13 pages of everything, wiring, air conditioning, cooling. I mean, everything you should need to know. I don't know if I can find it. It shows somewhere through here, transmission mount. It shows an adapter for a Turbo 400, or no, 4L60E, but that's full drive. Evidently, everybody's doing LS swaps to full drive. I don't know why you can't do a two-wheel drive, but I am. So, Like I said, as simple as that looks, I'm gonna see if I can't just fab that. But if he's going four-wheel drive, you know, there you go, just on what, page 10 of 13. So yeah, it's got transfer case linkages, air conditioners, exhaust, how to run the exhaust. So yeah, pretty useful website. But I'm gonna get those motor mounts ordered and go from there. So crazy how y'all don't see these brakes. Got the truck back in here. Got motor mounts from Novak, so I gotta open them up. There's the motor. I don't even know if y'all seen the motor in this video. Pretty sure you have. But if you remember what I just got done saying, that's the transmission mount. So I feel like I can make something to adapt to that. I don't think I've seen, I know they make it, I just didn't see it, but I didn't look real hard for, but somebody makes a transmission mount adapter. Either way, it's already head studded. Like I said, it's got some cam, whatever that delete kit is there. And if you're one of them LS people, you're going to nitpick me to death because I'm not an LS person. I mean, I'm not like that LS person that knows every LQ9, Q4. I don't know. It's a 5.3. That's all I know. Pretty sure I seen somewhere where this is probably not going to work. So probably going to end up building my own accessory drive. I mean, this truck is probably just going to spin tires. So probably power steering. Obviously no air conditioning at the moment anyway. So it had some long tube headers, but I already know that they're not going to fit. So let's get this opened up and see what we're working with. And then, I don't know, it's like 9 o'clock at night. I just had enough time to start on this just a little bit. All right, razor blade. Feels like metal. I believe them will be called the motor mounts. They're actually adjustable front and back, forward and back on that part, so no idea. These are relatively cheap looking, I'll be honest. Carriage bolt, which I guess is what you gotta have. Yeah, that would be pretty fun to build by yourself right there. Not saying it couldn't be done, but for the money, time. Got some good paper for shipping. Same thing, looks about the same there. Bag busted on me. Get something to put all these bolts in. Seems like I was reading something where you have to drill and I don't know if it said tap or put a nut cert or what, but I see no nut certs. Instructions, lots of instructions. So yeah, let me do some reading and we'll do some bolting. Alright, if you know me, I'm pretty smart on some stuff and I actually suck at reading. Like my brain, I can start reading when I get to about the second or third line. My brain just wanders off and starts thinking about hands-on stuff. So I was reading, I was talking about drilling, like come on nuts, and I don't even know. So I just walked over there and just started sticking them up there. I think everything's making sense now. That's like the factory motor mount. You're gonna catch it, you're gonna go through the track bar, and then I think those, for some reason, they want you to re-drill and tap them. I don't know, but I think Novak just kind of overdid it to take care of themselves, because there's like, I don't know, 10 bolts that's gonna hold that motor mount on. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory. If you just start doing it, you kind of figure it out. So I'm gonna start on it, and if I see anything needs to be explained, I'll explain it maybe myself a little better. I think those are where the track bar goes. Alright, yeah, I think it's easier actually just to do it than to even read the instructions. The only trouble I had, I don't have my light on me, is these bolts for the upper track bar. And like I said, this is 86, 80. I don't know if there's something different, but these ain't lining up. And then these bolts back here, I had to go get, like, it comes with these. I had to get like a shorter one that's kind of like rounded, self-starting, I guess you'd say. I wouldn't really call it self-tapping, but. And then over here, you can see that's where the hole's supposed to be, but you got to drill these holes there. So nothing too crazy. I don't think they'd actually meant tap anything. It's just the fact that all these holes that are already tapped from the factory, they've got like weld splatter in there. So if you know which ones you're going to be using, go ahead and just run a bolt or a tap through them. These look pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to do a little more stripping of the motor and then get them on there. Except they're slotted, so I don't know which ones we'll end up using. I'm sure that's probably the bolts. At the moment, not bad at all of a job. Went ahead and took the rest of the stuff off the motor, and pretty sure I showed y'all those are adjustable. It says put them in the middle hole, and then I know you can't see, there's a little round spot on the mount. Lets the bolt sag down a little farther. Electrical tape, keep the bushing on there. So yeah, I went ahead and just took off more stuff than needed, but never done this, trying to be safe than sorry. And like I said, I'm probably going to end up building my own accessory drive. I personally don't know. Seems like somebody the other day told me something about a Corvette accessory drive. I don't know. I know. Yeah, I just don't know. So might look into that just before you start your project. But as far as the motor mounts goes, it's pretty simple. Like I said, I had to drill them holes. I put 3/8 bolts in there. Like I said, these are completely overkill. Like any other motor mount, like a 4.7, like a 4.7 or a 5.2, they have 4 bolts. So this one has 9 apiece. That's 18 bolts combined. So way too many bolts. You're bolting 9 bolts to 4 bolts on a motor. I mean, so. Oh, the mount. I'm gonna look into that because I thought it was for only 4-wheel drive, but that may actually be for 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. So if I can buy that, I'm gonna go buy that. And other than that, it's like 10 o'clock, so I'm not starting this. We're going right in the morning, and then I'll carry on. All right, I ain't got a clue the last scene of this video. Got tied up doing other stuff, the other Comanche black one. But yeah, I reckon it's time to put the motor in there. And I still haven't ordered a transmission bracket. I've just been tied up, so I'm gonna get it over in there and then kind of, I guess, tally up and make a new list of what I gotta order. So keep it simple. I'm sure I said this in another video. I went ahead and took like literally everything off, so just coil packs, all that stuff. Probably don't have to, just something I was doing just to make it easier. As you know, I don't do LS swaps on a daily, so I don't really know how to pick them up. It's like extremely level, but I don't know if that's good or bad. We will see. All right, here we go. As always, I need 2 people, but it's just me. Ain't really nothing to break, so we're good on that. Yeah, it's going to have to tilt quite a bit. Let me get a strap of some sort. Not a very heavy duty, but maybe it'll do the job. Again. Like it's made to fit. Right there. Well, let me undo this strap. Well, gotta get my floor jack or rack strap, and I guess that's about it. Let me get all that. Well, I'll pick you up in a minute. Alright, it's sitting in there. I think it's hitting the valve covers. I got a ratchet strap on there, but it's very saggy. So now I'm going to lift the truck up and check it out underneath there. Looks like it's just made to be there. It's crazy. All right, like I said, I just got a ratchet strap across there. I mean, everything's fitting. It's all there. Actually, a lot of room, but this has got to be raised up, obviously. And it's so crazy. Like I said, this cross member literally lines up with that mount. So I'm still not for sure. I'm gonna raise it up and see what it looks like, if I can just fab something up quick and easy, or if I'm gonna order the mount. So, and then I still gotta let the take the spring out, take the bump stop out, then let the axle come all the way up, because like this will hit on the 4.0 and all that. So I'm just trying to get ahead of the game, make sure everything's good. I still don't like them bolts. I gotta cut them off or get some different ones. Motor mounts are in though. That's easy enough. So like I was saying, you can see cross member bolts up, and that's like literally in line. I've got a 2x4 holding it up. So something could super easily be made, but I got on the Novak and I can't find the exact mount. The instructions shows it, but there's no way to search on Novak on my phone. So I'll go on the computer here in a second, but can't check for clearance yet because I don't know how high that's going to sit. Probably could, but I'm just going to wait. But like I said, this sometimes hits the oil pan. It's crazy. They've actually put a dimple in it. I guess it's for the pumpkin. But motor mounts, I got to get them situated a little better. If you can tell, the motor's actually crooked. So that, and I think at this point is what sucks, is when I have to start spending a lot of money. Need a shifter. I don't know about a shifter. I might use a Cherokee. I'll figure that out. Save $1 there. I'm gonna order their headers. It kind of only makes sense. And then probably a Holly system. Need a fuel pump. Need a need a regulator. Need an intake. Need a throttle body. LS stuff sounds so easy on paper, and you start doing it, it's like, holy crap, adds up fast. Need a radiator. Need cooling fans. It's gonna be a project for sure. Glad it's winter time. Alright, I decided it's like 7 o'clock, so I got enough time before I go do all my other stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the springs and all that, just let it sit on the bump stops, and don't necessarily even matter if it clears or not for now. Just trying to make the best use of my time. So, well, I may straighten up the motor first, but either way, I'm pulling the springs out. Dog really likes cat food. Is it good, buddy? It's good. So I got it sitting on the bump stops. What I thought was sitting on the bump stops. What I did, I took the bump stops out and run just a bolt to where it should be right there to the base of the metal, just being as I don't know the word, being as secure as I can about, if it did hit a hard lick. But what's crazy, I can't believe Novak didn't get away from this, is I'm gonna put the camera in there. You can see the control arms hitting the motor mount. That's basically what it's sitting on. I don't think I can get the camera. I'm just sticking the camera up in there. I don't know what y'all are looking at. I believe it's like 2 inches from the bump stop. So probably going to have to add some bump stop extensions. But what I was gonna go with is like a 318. Their motor mounts come off right here. This is all open, and that actually has room to go up in there. So I don't really know how or why Novak missed that, but it is what it is. As I'm doing the LS swap, I start dreaming on doing a 318 or something like that. So the way those motor mounts work, it may actually fit better. Oh yeah, and I called Novak about the transmission mounts, and we was all talking back and forth. Everything's going cool. And I said something about the little bracket piece, and he's talking about this comes with a kit, and then I mentioned two-wheel drive. Conversation just ended. He's like, oh, we don't do anything with two-wheel drive. I was like, oh. All I'm gonna do is get a new transmission mount, and we'll build just a little bracket. Should be very simple, even if you don't have any welders or nothing like that. I think it should be simple, but we'll get on that. As soon as I got something, I'm gonna push the truck out, order parts. Hopefully I'm not using this seam, but if I am, I'm sorry. I'm just a human, make mistakes, but this is where I'm at. Engine is bolted in with the mounts. Got all that bolted in. I think it's just sitting on the cross member, if I remember right. It just needs a lot more money. I I got to get a Holly system, a little over $2,000. Headers, I've got those. Those was like $700. I make and build a drive shaft. You need a radiator. You need fuel pumps. It's just insane. So for what that project was going to be worth, you guys shoved to the side. It will get finished because I kind of have no choice. But for now, a little more budget viewer friendly projects will be getting done. So appreciate you watching. I'll do something cool with it one day. Have a good day.